Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. As you can see here, I'm fighting Giga, and my options: missile, aerial, speed, and cost control. This last one I don't like. Aerial could be useful, you can see here. Starting with marksman and sledges, you could go for a Wraith carry. Speed is also a good one, with sledges and crawlers. So I can go for my usual arc lights. And on my opponent's side of the things, Quick Supply, Fire Badger, Elite, and Sabertooth spec. And look at those, Sabertooth looks perfect for a Saber Hound. Because you are even getting Sabertooth Specialist, so you can get Sabertooth techs for 50 less each. There's also another one here, Quick Supply Specialist with Saber Hound, so it was a perfect Saber Hound. Two great ones for it. There's also Fire Badger, not that great in my opinion here. Elite, also not that good, although it starts with 3 fangs, but the boss not the best in my opinion as a starting unit. But let's see what he will choose. And he goes for one of the sabers, and it is Sabertooth Specialist. So cheaper saber techs and a free saber on round 3. Turret, only wall. And I will go for positioning myself on the wall and quite forward, as you are seeing. Just one in front and one behind the tower. And I was thinking which unit to unlock, because I need DPS, but I also need Shaft Clear because he has 3 crawlers. So I end up going for the arc lights, which means I don't quite have the DPS to kill Sabertooths fast, which is a bad thing. And I don't have any tower here to help me with DPS or Shaft Clear. If I had the Shaft Clear tower here, instead of the wall, I could forget about the arc lights. But my opponent, instead of going against my wall, went against my tower, so we are going on opposite sides. My crawlers get to the tower first, although these are not far behind, munching at my tower here, and he gets his debuff. And now we will face each other, but he has crawlers going for my tower, and I don't have crawlers going for his tower. So he will get a second debuff. And it will be really bad for me. As you can see, I'm not killing his hounds, and he's killing my units. Now even crawlers are arriving and 1 hound. So, really bad round for me. In retrospect, I should have expected him to not go on the wall, because if you are going aggro, you usually want to sell the tower, and you can sell a wall. You can sell the wall, but it's only worth 50 instead of 100, so it's not worth it as your first sell. Here, 2 fangs is always great. But Phoenix, I like DPS, and Phoenix is a great DPS unit. And since he is a Saber spec, I don't expect him to go Fortress. And if I don't overinvest on the Phoenix, people usually don't go for Fortress, which is an annoying counter to the Phoenix. You can see my top damage were the sledges, and then 1 arc light. And on his side, the sabers. Look at the damage on the sabers. And 1 of the hounds. You'll see me mounting a small defense in here. My idea is to kill his shaft and maybe a few hounds. And level 2 tower. So I get less of a debuff and it takes longer for him to kill it. So maybe I have time to kill this tower, go for the other, and then we can trade debuffs here. And let's see what my opponent will do. And he goes for Mustangs. Quite a strange choice in my opinion. And put a few fangs in here to distract me from getting to his tower too fast. My Arclight did manage to kill his crawlers. And I grabbed his tower fast again. And this time my crawlers are going for his second tower. You get mine first. 7 seconds of debuff. No units going for my other tower, and I will get his now. So tower debuff. I can make use of it, killing his units here. My crawlers arriving. They'll even be able to do a lot of damage on the Sabertooth here during the debuff. One Sabertooth down, and I still have quite a few Sledges and my Phoenixes, which are my top damage. So not by far. Now they are getting a lot of damage, doing damage to the Sabertooth. And victory for me, so my strategy worked. And Mustangs are quite vulnerable to Arclights. Here, none of those looked good for me, so almost instantly skip it. I think I've already said many times why I don't like the Super Enhancement. It takes way too long to start to pay off. You see me putting more units here, kill his units faster, and range for my Arclights. I think I will even put one here, deal with the units coming from here. I got the level on this crawler. It deserves, I think it was the crawler that did a lot of damage to the Sabertooth. And one more unit, and I think I will put more chaff in here. Or not, just more Arclights. Ah, an Arclight here. Pull his units. Then I think get back and went for the crawler. And I put crawler here first. Because the crawler can just go and get the tower. Then I will put an Arclight later, if he puts crawlers to counter my crawlers. That was my idea here. And only 50 money left. I could go for a missile, or just save the money. And I just saved the money. You can see he went for a lot of units on this side, so he's try to defend it fully, just like I did here. You can see I'm killing a lot of his units, so the sabers are being annoying. Go on the right side again, going for his next tower, and we will have a repeat of last round apparently. Gets the buff, gets distracted with this Arclight, then turns. I get the buff. And my crawlers are coming again. And this time you can see no Mustangs alive. My Arclights already killed all the Mustangs because they have no range. And even better round than last time. Phoenix got level, but then it appears. Even if it's a bit late, round 4 already, I usually like to get it earlier, but I don't have a dedicated DPS unit outside of the Phoenix, and Improved Overlord is just a great DPS unit. There's also Lightning Storm, which can be quite devastating, though it's very expensive for this early. Round 4 Lightning Storm, it's 400 money. You see me grabbing the improved Overlord. And I could get it on this round, but I won't, because if I did that, I would only get one Overlord and that's it. Could do nothing more. So I would just get the level for the Phoenix. I think I grabbed defense. Grabbing more arc lights. You can see me putting the arc light here. My idea to counter any anti-chaff unit that he puts here. Getting more Fang, finally getting Fangs. I didn't have any Fangs, so I'm very vulnerable to Wasps right now, though Overlords can deal with Wasps later. And damage here too. And one missile on the deep flank. My opponent went for the Storm, which is a very expensive card. So he just used 400 money to win this fight here. Strangely, he didn't quite counter here at all. I think he used Hounds, but my Arclight killed the Hounds. Arclight doing a lot here, you can see. Even the tower, where the buff, it's killing the Hounds. But it can't kill the Sabertooth. So even with the Storm, look at what is left of his army on this side. So even if I lost here, he used a lot of money for it. Here we have Electromagnetic, could be useful. Mass-produced Wraith, also a good card, but I already have my Overlords to invest, so I'll just skip. And I will finally grab the first Overlord. You will see that I changed the text, because I was wanting to try to use Overlords out of Improved Overlord. And to use them out of Improved, you really need Mothership, which is a really good one. But unfortunately, I had to trade off my High Explosive. And without High Explosive, they still can Shaft Clear, but they are just not kill an entire pack of Crowders in one shot Shaft Clear level. They will need 2 or 3 shots to kill a full pack of Crawlers now. So that's why I'm still investing on Arclights, because I will still need Shaft Clear on the ground. My Overlords will not be able to do everything, as my Improved Overlord usually does. When I have HE, I just get Overlord to do everything. They do DPS, they do Shaft Clear. I just need Crawlers in front and maybe Sledges to tank for them a little bit, so they can kill everything. But very expensive. And let's see how this goes now. What my opponent did. You can see he put a Sabertooth here to lock my Arclight, so it can't kill his Hounds. You will see my Improved Overlord here, killing his Sabertooths. It shoot this one by collateral, killing units in front, but it was enough that the Arclight managed to kill it later. And I won this side again, even without investing anything on it this time. Still managing to win the right side. And now I won the left too, because I finally have a DPS here to kill the Sabertooths. And here we have unit deployments. Looking at those. Wraith, it's worth the most to sell, so I grab them, sell one, use the other, and looking at the side, it has no anti-air in here, yet at least. Only Fangs, so a Wraith here could be useful, at least for one round, until I sell it on the next one. And you'll see me going for Launcher Overload on them, and getting a level on this one. So they will shoot faster and kill the Sabers and the Hounds faster. And that is most of my money. I'm still getting levels for my arc lights because they are doing quite a lot. You see, this one was one of my top damages on the last round. The second one, actually. Oh, the Phoenix was the third on damage. This arc light stole the spotlight of the Phoenix. Although the Overlord was the first by far. You can see the damage. Lots of damage, that's why it even got a level. But let's see what my opponent will do to counter my Overlord. And he goes for Wasps and Phantoms. Strange, very strange combination. And the Wasp with range instead of AA. So even if they can do damage to my Overlords, they don't kill them fast. Especially this level 2 one. Overlord are stuck on the ground yet. But managed to win just fine. And that is a lot of damage. And just enough to win. So, easy victory with the Overlords. I will already ask you to leave a like and subscribe. I forgot to ask you to subscribe during the fight. Not unusual for me to do that. But let's comment on the end here. So, a very strange counter from my opponent. With Wasps here and the Phantoms. The Phantoms were offered by the unit drop, I think. Or not. Yeah, it was offered by the unit drop. I grabbed the Wraith, he grabbed the Phantoms. But not the best. Phantoms can be killed really easily by the improved Overlords. If I was him, I would probably go for Farseers. Farseers are great anti-air units. And let's just try out, just for fun. Let's take over my opponent's side. Here we have the options, and I don't like them. And I will go, I think, for the max money, grabbing the Typhoon and selling. Let's grab the Farseers. Although maybe level 2 Farseer. I have a lot of money. What are his stacks on the Farseer? He has AA and burst mode. So let's put one here. One here. Grab AA. And one here. Because he could be expecting me to put another Overlord in here instead of putting 2 here. But I just did. And let's grab burst mode. Why not? I also need the shaft, but I don't have more deployments. So let's just see how the Farseers will do and get level on this crowd. Still had quite a bit of money, but I could go for this. Get a few missiles going to help his shaft clear. He already has both here. And safety. Couldn't put the sun's safety, which was useless because I didn't put anything here. Burst mode instantly burst the Wraith here. Look at this. Burst mode AA Farseer. Obliterated the Overlords. And thanks to the missile here, insta-locked on the Overlords. And this one only killed the units here. And it's a victory for the opponent. So you see the power of the Farseers. He wouldn't be winning the game, but 900 damage from losing the game, taking almost 2000 damage that he took. So he should have tried to counter my air, not just grabbed air units which are bad against my improved overlord to try to counter it. And if I have improved overlord card and grabbed an overlord, it's kinda obvious that I'm going to invest on it. But that's it for this game. Hope you all enjoyed. I already asked you to leave your like and subscribe, so I want to ask again. And that's it. Leave a comment. And I will see you on the next one.